Welcome to Mishna study, Masechet Sheviit, Perek Bet, Mishnah Tet. Over here in this Mishnah, we're going to speak about a specific type of onion, which is called Betzalim Asarisim, and Egyptian food again. But again, this is not food that you're planting. Over here, we're talking about ones that you're going to be eating. So Betzalim Asarisim, right? This is a lot of times translated as seedless onions, but it's a batzal. It's an onion that's not going to be able to reproduce. Like he's like a saris. Right? It's if he can't reproduce, as if he's like castrated, young. So he's an onion. How does Harambam explain this? He says a lot of the onions will usually, once they get wet, they would go ahead, even after they're pulled out of the ground, they'll start to, grow these little roots, right? Will start to grow out of them again, right? If they're watered, like little green types of roots. Now, there are some types of onions that don't regrow these roots, right? Once they're plucked from the ground. And these are the Betzalim Hasarisim, right? Because it doesn't seed anymore. It doesn't reproduce anymore. So that's what Betzalim Hasarisim is. And once you stop giving them water, it's not going to regrow anymore. The opposite of that is Shel Baal, right? Baal is like a husband, right? So that Baal is the one who will reproduce. So the onions that are part of a Sede Baal, right? Those will regrow. So you have these two items, these Betzalim Asarisim and also the Egyptian food. Shemana mehem mayim 30 yom lifnei Rosh Hashanah. You stop giving them water, you stop irrigating them 30 days before Rosh Hashanah. Mit aserin she'avar. Right? They take on the laws of Ma'asrot for the previous year, right? For the 6th year. Umutarim b'Sheviit, and you're allowed to eat them on the Sheviit, right? Because they're a 6th year fruit. V'im lav, and if not, asurim b'Sheviit mit asirin l'shana ba'ah. If not, they're asurt on the Sheviit. Right? If you kept on watering them, right? Because then they grew in the in that 7th year, and it's considered a 7th year fruit. Meaning, in general, they would take on the following year's ma'asrot, right? The Sheviit doesn't have any ma'asrot in that year, but if it was on a different border between the 5th, the 4th, and the 5th, the 3rd and the 4th, it would take on the following year's Masrot. V'shel Baal, right? If you have the Betzalim of the Baal, right? The Baal, we said, is an irrigated field, right? It's a field that needs to be irrigated. Shemana mehem mayim shete'onot. If you prevented, you stopped if you stopped irrigating it, you stopped watering the field for 2 onot, literally means seasons, but kolomar means shtei 2 times when you would normally irrigate the field, right? They would do these on specific days. And you only stop irrigating it when they finish growing. So once you stop irrigating the field, then it's known that you finished, that those onions completed its growth, they're fully ripened. And once they're fully ripened, then it's going to take on the laws of the Ma'asrot. So to be, it says you need to, prevent, you stop irrigating for 2 times. It would have been 2 times. Let's say you're irrigating it twice a week. So you stop those 2 times. Right, then it's going to be considered the end, and it will take on the Ma'asrot of that year. Hamim omrim shalosh. Hamim say 3. Halacha is like Chacham.